we're going to do A-2. This is called slope of the line. So we have some definitions here. First is the definition of slope, and slope in its basic form is rise over run, which is the change in y over the change in x. And sometimes we refer to slope with the letter m, so slope is equal to m. And the other formula definition of it is slope is equal to, so this is going to be your change in y, so it's y2 minus y1 divided by the change in x, which is x2 minus x1. So you're going to be given 2 points, so you're going to be given point x1 and y1, and you're also going to be given another point, which would be x2 and y2. And you're going to take these values and you're going to substitute them in over here, and that's going to allow you to find what your slope is equal to. So you may be given a graph. Now, once again, my graph isn't exactly perfect, but I think you can tell that this is a straight line. So we're talking about a linear equation here. And on a linear equation, to find the slope, we are going to find our rise over run. Now there's a couple ways you can do it. You can use your slope formula, so you'd have to pick 2 points. And then once you have those 2 points, you would substitute them in. Or you can physically pick 2 points on your graph. So I actually have 3 points here. This point, the very first one that I have, looks like it is 2, 1. And what you want to do is you want to start there, and you want to rise up. So it looks like I'm going up here to 3, and then you are going to run over to your other point. So how many did I rise up? So I went up 1, 2. How many did I run over? Looks like it went from 2 to 3, which is just 1. Now you can do another point that you have here, just to make sure that that really is 2 over 1. So if I go up and over, looks like I went from 3 to 4 to 5, so I actually went up 2. Excuse me. And then I went over, oh boy, looks like I went over 2 here, but I actually did only go over 1. So your slope of this line is actually going to be your rise 2 over 1, and you can reduce that just to 2. So your slope in this case is 2. Now if you aren't very accurate on your line, which I am off a little bit here, it may be hard to tell. I would say for the most part you're going to be given, especially on homework problems, you're actually going to be given a really good graph with a good straight line and concrete points, and you're not going to be able to interpret, oh, maybe this goes over another, another number or something. You will be able to tell. The next part here, the directions say find the slope of the line that passes through, in this case, 0.17 and 0.91. So what you're going to do is you're going to take these values and you're going to substitute it into your formula. So when we did this before, I told you to make sure, because it's very easy to make a mistake on this, to label your points. So this is going to be point x1, this will be point y1, this will be x2, and this will be y2. So make sure that you label them. So this is your first point, that's why they have the 1s. This is your second point, that's why there's a 2. You always have an x and a y. So make sure that you label them. Write down your formula. So m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Once you have these labeled, once you have your formula down, now you can substitute in. So y2 is 1 minus y1, which is 7, over x2, 9, minus x1, which is 1. So then you have 1 minus 7, that'll be negative 6. And then you have 9 minus 1, which is 8. This is just a fraction, so if you can reduce the fraction, reduce it. In this case, you can. 2 will go into both 6 and 8, so 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So your slope for this line would be negative 3 over 4, which means on your graph, you would start at a point, you would go down 3, and then you'd go over 4, and that would be your slope.